chocolate cake. Now you know you love it, but it wouldn't be good for you to eat everything you want whenever you want. Self-denial, the Jesus way, is good for you too. Jesus said, "Deny yourself daily and follow me." Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Today's Jesus said comes from Luke and Matthew. We'll be reading from Luke 9:23 through 25 and Matthew 10:38. We'll start with Luke. Verse 23 of chapter 9, "Then he, Jesus, said to them all, 'If anyone wants to become my follower, he must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me.'" So if anyone wants to be my follower, he must deny himself. Verse 24, "For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what does it benefit a person if he gains the whole world but loses or forfeits himself?" And then jumping to Matthew 10:38, Jesus said a very similar thing. Whoever does not take up his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. So what does that mean to take up your cross? Jesus said that anyone who doesn't take up his cross can't follow him, can't be his disciple. Well, no one at this time understood that Jesus was going to be crucified, not even the 12, even though Jesus tried to explain that to them. But it wasn't uncommon for a rabbi in the first century to tell his students something like, "Take up your cross." In the Hebrew alphabet, the last letter is Tav, and in the original script, the letter Tav is shaped like a cross. And that letter also means truth. So that letter was often used to brand cattle and livestock, to declare ownership. So to the first century listener, taking up your cross, spoken by a rabbi, could have also meant truth, obeying the truth, taking up the yoke of your rabbi. And Jesus said to become his follower, we must deny ourselves and take up his truth, his commands, his way of life. And I'm constantly amazed at how those first 12 disciples did that. I mean, after a very simple first or second encounter with Jesus, they left everything behind and followed him. And sometimes we forget that follow me actually means follow me. The first disciples didn't always follow Jesus just right after a miracle. Jesus didn't use any catchy sales pitches, just follow me. There was something about being in the presence of Jesus that inspired those first disciples to leave behind their old life, deny themselves, take up the truth of Jesus and follow him. You know, denying yourself doesn't make for a very good Facebook ad or Twitter post. It's a lot easier to promote free coffee and donuts than anyone want to die daily, deny yourself, take up your cross, a method of execution. It's really counterculture today, because what we hear a lot today about ourselves is, well, that's just who I am, and that our feelings are actually more important than anything else. But that's not what Jesus taught. In fact, Jesus taught that selfishness is a false identity. Now, he didn't use exactly those words, but that's a phrase that I'm using to describe that. We can't do what Jesus said just through self-discipline. Those first disciples were literally in the presence of Jesus. And I mean, we might think, well, how lucky is that? But actually, Jesus said that we are better off than them because now we have the presence and the power of the Holy Spirit. In Galatians 5:23, part of the Spirit's fruit in our lives is self-control. So we actually have supernatural power to deny ourselves, to take up our cross, the truth of Jesus, to deny ourselves and follow him. Well, why don't we? Well, if the enemy can't make us bad, he will make us busy and selfish. Being in Jesus' presence changes us. You can't follow him and yourself at the same time. So how can you tell the difference? Well, who's the subject of most of your thoughts, of your actions? Is it all about you? Is it all about me? Or is it all about Jesus? Are we constantly comparing ourselves to others or putting others down? That's not denying ourselves. Jesus said, deny yourself daily and follow me. How can you put that into action today? Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it really means a lot to me. Those of you who like it, who share it, who comment, good morning, Amber. I appreciate you checking in today. Really appreciate all of you. Have an amazing day, and I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today, love first.